Smith with the Periscope, and you're tuned in to Hawks Nation. The Shorter Hawks men basketball team has had a wonderful turnaround from last year to this year. So what's the difference? Could it be the shoes? Or could it be the returning players from last year? Some like to say it's the young, vibrant head coach, Chad Warner, that came in this year. Today, I sat down with Coach Warner to find out a little more. Different year, different coach, different team. I noticed this was one of the themes in this year's media guide. So coming to Shorter College, what was your first impression?
I didn't know the team. Being from Rome, for me it was a great opportunity to come back, and I was excited to learn more about the people at Shorter, and then more specifically the team. And my evaluation of the team early, I felt like it was guys that really wanted success.
Well, what did you want to change about the program?
I knew that in the immediate history, the past 20 years, beyond that, just hadn't had, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 winning seasons in the past 20 years. And so I felt like culturally there would probably be some issues we needed to attack. And I think the commitment to excellence gets thrown around all over the place, and a lot of teams say that, but we want to take the approach of we want to do this thing first class.
That's wonderful. Well, obviously, y'all had a very successful season, and I see that the talent on the team complements your style of play, meaning pushing the ball, three-point shooting, and your aggressive defense. Where exactly did you get this style of play?
Well, a few different places. I've been fortunate to work for some really good coaches. I spent a year as a graduate assistant for Jim Herrick at the University of Georgia. In my opinion, he's won a national championship. He's won everywhere he's ever been. He's one of the best teachers of basketball I've ever been around. And I think a lot of people would say that. His track record is unbelievable. And his offensive system and a lot of his defensive principles were things we've tried to implement here. And then I also worked for Tony Shaver, who's the head coach at William & Mary, and he built a Division III program in Hampton-Sydney that also worked at, and he was there 17 years, went to 2 Final Fours, and won 80% of his game. He's an unbelievable coach.
Within your first year, beating Barry and being part of the Barry Shorter rivalry, and the crowd, the Blue Out event, and just everything. How did that feel to have so much support behind y'all?
Well, it was really neat. And, I knew that there was a big rivalry, but I don't think I'm not sure that I don't think I thought the electricity and the environment would be quite as electric as it was. That was a better environment than I think maybe even I anticipated. And obviously that, as a coach, that's fun and that's nice. But where it's really special is for your players get to be a part of something like that, and hopefully it was special for the fans as well, because they're not always a part of something like that too. Mm-hmm. So that was a fun night. Each game to us should be like Barry, because it's our next game. It's the most important. But for everyone to get to take part in that environment, that atmosphere was pretty special. Yeah. It's something we hope that continues.
Yeah, it's been different this year. Just being here last year and here this year, it's just, you brought so much high expectations and so much energy to this team, and we definitely appreciate that. Well, you got 12 returning players from last year's team, and your seniors, Kedrick Wilson, which is all conference, the leading scorer, and Jarris Jackson, your team captain. Where would this team be without them?
Well, I don't know, and I don't like to think about it. I know. Kedrick has been so solid for us, and for the most part, brought just a tremendous work ethic every day, played hard, and has been able to lead. And that was something that, coming into the season, I didn't know for sure if that would happen. I didn't know who our leaders would be. You always hope that it's your seniors, and you hope it's your better players that are leading, but you don't know for sure. And both of those guys, Kedrick has been a great scorer, and rebounder, and defender, and done a great job. And then Jarris, who is our captain, has just been a phenomenal leader, and someone who his attitude never changes based on the way he's playing. It's always upbeat, he's always positive, he's always about the team. I just think that's so rare on teams that I've been around and sports that I look around and see. I mean, a lot of guys, you know, are great teammates when they're shooting well or when they're scoring touchdowns or when they're doing something well, but not everybody's a great teammate when things aren't going well. And those people are special. And you know, Jarris has had a major turnaround in the assist to turnover category. He really struggled last year and turned the basketball over. And right now he's got a positive assist to turnover ratio, and in our conference he's almost 2-to-1, which is really good. And it's just a testament to his hard work. He's been unbelievably coachable, and all of them. Kedrick's the same way. I mean, I feel like for the most part, areas where our team is deficient or has been deficient, they want to get better.
Your transfers also made a big impact. A.J. Martin from Mercer, and you have to help me out, Coach, Thomas Pranskalaskis. Okay, I'll just let you.
Thomas works just fine.
Yeah, I just say Thomas. And he's from Pepperdine, which is D1. And what kind of impact have they had on the team?
They've had a huge impact, not only from scoring and defending, but just from a personality. I mean, and I guess I'll start with AJ since you mentioned him first. You know, AJ is an unbelievable energy giver, and everything he does, he brings an unbelievable attitude, an unbelievable effort. He makes us better by his pure energy alone. He raises the level of other guys' play because he plays so hard. And he's just a guy. You know, he's a warrior, and he's been so valuable for us. He's undersized, but he'll play any position. He doesn't care. He just wants to help. Thomas, you know, Thomas is just a great player. He's a lot like Kedrick. We got a lot of great players. I don't want to put any of them over the other, but Thomas shoots the ball as well as anybody I've coached. And Thomas has been very, very coachable. You know, we've just been real fortunate to get guys that are willing to buy into a team atmosphere and a team concept and to work. And you know, the one thing I really appreciate about Thomas is if I feel like, or if we feel like as a staff that he's being deficient in an area, you know, you bring him in and talk to him about it. He's yes sir, he looks you right in the eye. He makes an effort to get better about it. And really, what more can you ask?
I mean, but what a turnaround from last year to this year, Coach. But,
so far.
Well, which leads me to ask about your style of play. And I've read that you like to use the UCLA kind of the type of offense, which allows players to have space to show their individual talents. But I also recognize that it causes for a lot of movement and a lot of screening to go along with your aggressive style of defense. So how do you get your team prepared for such a high energy type of play?
We try to practice energy and pace from the first day of conditioning through every day in prep. I mean, pace is a huge part of what we do. When we work out, we want to work out quick. And you know, when our guys go to get water, we jog to the water fountain again. Part of that's for mental toughness, but part of it, we really want to dictate pace. We feel like we're better when we are dictating the pace. And again, it goes back to my belief. I think the game's a fun game. I think it's a fast game. I think it's got a fluidity to it that's really fun to play in. And so our system, asks for our players to do that. And Coach Herrick always said, and Coach Herrick got it from John Wooden, who's probably the greatest basketball coach to ever live. And our job is to build a sound fundamental structure, and so that's what we try and do with our system. We want to teach solid fundamental habits and put them in the right spaces and have them put them in the right positions. And then we want to allow them to use their God-given talents to go out and make plays.
Now we understand that it takes more than just superstars to be successful on a team. We look for more success from our Shorter Hawks basketball team. This is Zack Smith signing off from the Periscope News.